Purpose.
Hello, welcome to Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to give you a platform as a young person to be able to contribute to your country's development. This is a platform basically for us as the youth to come and talk about issues concerning Uganda and how can we be able to come in and put a break to make sure Uganda becomes better. And tomorrow we'll be able to rejoice and say Uganda is, because we are. Today I'm coming to you from Kyankwanzi at the National Leadership Institute. You can call it NALI, where we have leaders from Central Region undergoing orientation and doing a review of the NRM Manifesto 2021-2026. They are doing a midterm review to understand how far they have gone, what are the challenges, and what can be done to make sure that the manifesto is implemented fully to benefit the common person down on the ground. My name is Ivan Tumukunde. Welcome to the show. And to start with, I have the RDC of Kyankwanzi, very young, but so energetic and knowledgeable. She's going to be sharing with us what is happening in Kyankwanzi in as far as the young people are concerned. What are those challenges that the young people in Kyankwanzi do face and what can be done to overcome that? But also comment a little bit about this retreat of the manifesto and what she has been able to learn from this retreat and how she's going to use that to make sure that the young people of this district are empowered. Sharon, welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you so much, Ivan.
Kindly say hello to the viewer.
Hello to everyone. I'm Kunda Sharon, the RDC Kyankwanzi district.
Sharon, tell us about Kyankwanzi. What is so amazing about Kyankwanzi?
Kyankwanzi is so good. The weather, the tellers,
yes,
everything is really,
I think I've so much enjoyed the air, but I've also been able to enjoy the fresh foods. I think everything that we are eating here is fresh from the garden.
Everything is fresh here. Yeah, we are really good farmers.
It's really amazing. And how are the young people of this district?
The people of this district, they are well. They are really, really well.
Yes.
They sent you greetings as I was coming here.
Amazing, amazing. Yes, we understand that we are here for the NRM Manifesto retreat where we're doing a midterm review. What are your take-homes? What are you benefiting from this retreat at the moment?
Of course, we as leaders, sometimes we really long for such retreats where we get knowledge, where we get to know how far we've gone in terms of implementing government programs. So we are really, really getting a lot.
Talk about government programs, to say the PDM, Emooga, Youth Livelihood program. How are these programs faring in your district?
I can't say they are doing so well, and I can't say that they are doing badly.
So how are they
what
doing?
You should know, we are better.
Okay.
Hey, we are better.
If you say they are not doing well, not doing bad, what are some of the challenges that you're facing in the implementation of those programs? Majorly, we can talk about the PDM, which is there right now, and the youth, we can call them special interest groups, have 30% of the funds in PDM. Then talk about Emooga, which are there right now. Why are they not faring well?
Yes, I will start with PDM that is on ground now. It is so fresh in our minds, and it's a new project, government project. With PDM, people's expectations were too high. When PDM was launched, was introduced, people thought they would get money there and then, immediately, without forgetting that there was a process, that we had to go through a process. There was, of course, registering and a lot of process until the time of getting their money. So, and
some people thought it was an appreciation for supporting the
government.
For
supporting the government. Actually, when other people get my agamba, government it see me, twadeya kasimo, which is not the case. It's innocent zize to kujayo
abantu from subsistence farming.
Abantu from subsistence farming korera chida choka.
And bring them into the money economy.
Into the money economy. But most people are not appreciating it. they think it is a token from the government. NRM bajiwagiddenyo, so this is their token. Basima.
Are you sensitizing these people enough on what they are supposed to do?
Yeah, we have done enough sensitization.
Then about Emooga, how is
About
it faring?
Emooga, you know, before PDM, Emooga was the one on platform. So those people that got the money Emooga, okay, some of them are doing well. Like 2 weeks back, I was meeting some groups, some circles that have totally failed to bring the money back. Bafuna sente, sometimes they bazikozesa bintu ebirala, and later on ne bafuna difficulties mu kusasula.
Doesn't that
So
come
we are
about?
having
Doesn't that
issues
come
with-
about the issue of preparing these people that money is just brought to the populace without
I really
training
want
them?
to tell you the truth. Human nature is difficult to handle.
But you see,
Today you advise someone, and when they get their money, stories change.
but a program like Emooga is about skills, like the word Emooga. You're supposed to be giving money to a group that has been trained, that has a skill in which they are going to invest.
So much.
If you're not giving enough training to these people before you give them money, don't blame them for not paying back.
No. These people are really, really trained.
Okay.
But of course, you cannot follow them up to the end. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard for us as leaders.
Okay.
When they receive their money, they sit down and say, please, we share. Ojja kuleeta ezizo, nange ndeeta ezange. Sometimes those circles fail to work out properly.
The issue
Because of
of
sorry?
the issue of Youth Livelihood Fund. From the presentation, it came out that there are districts that are having zero rates of recovery. What is happening?
Yeah, it's actually close to what I've been telling you. People really get money, but the recoveries do them badly. But we, as leaders, we are trying our level best to bring out those youth to make sure that they bring money back.
Okay.
Because if they don't bring the money, they will kill the intention
Of the program. Sharon, any other message you would like to give to the young people out there?
Oh yes. My slogan reads, if not, actually I used to say it in Runyankore, bwa butari hati ndiari, twaba tutari itwe nibaha. In English, it says, if not now as we speak, when do you think it should be? Or if not me and you, then who? So one thing youth have, chebera bide, they are forgetting that their time is now. If they, I usually interact with some youth, bagamba, Madam RDCUC, me, I'm now 17 years. Maybe when I get to 25, that's when I'll work hard and maybe achieve what. Or maybe my father has this, njakufuna, bwanafa njakufuna. Please, youth, understand that your time is now. You can only have, me, I don't believe in past and the future.
You believe in now?
I believe in now. Nzikirizam today. If I have not made this today, then I may not have another chance of
to do it
tomorrow. So my appeal to the youth is, please use your time very well.
There is a challenge of teenage pregnancy in Kyankwanzi. What are you doing about it?
Not only teenage pregnancy, but we also have early marriages. We as leaders, we are trying our level best to fight it, but somehow our hands are tied because you can't keep knowing who is getting married in the district, what they usually do. To my best of knowledge, I think parents, you know, most of these people around, they didn't go to school. So they don't believe
see the
in
benefit of a young girl child going to school.
Materials. Maybe they think spending on them go to school is a wastage of resources.
Wow.
So they think it's better for them to get married, and maybe when she's getting married, bamuwa mwente nga 12.
Wow.
So they look at those 12 cows as chamagero nyo.
Thank you so much, Sharon, for speaking to us. This platform is always available as long as you have anything to speak about the young people. You're always welcome.
Okay, please.
Thank you so much. That has been Sharon Nankonda, the RDC for Kyankwanzi. Those are some of the challenges that as the district they do face, which actually are not only for Kyankwanzi, other districts actually are facing worse. And therefore, as young people, we can do so much. You know, a young person that has dropped out of school, basically maybe the parents have an intention of marrying them off. Please report that case to the authorities. Something can be done. Speak about it. Like we have said, we have social media, you have Twitter, you have TikTok. Be able to record something. When the public gets to know, people in authority will also be able to act. I thank you so much for watching this show. So much is still to come right on this program. Still live here in Kyankwanzi. My name is Ivan Tumkonde, and this is the Youth of Papa show. I want to understand what are some of the challenges that young people here in Kyankwanzi do face, and actually solutions being provided to those challenges that they do face. And I want us to be moving around to talk to a number of them to tell us what they think about the government programs, and are they benefiting from those programs actually, and all that is happening right here in Kyankwanzi. Watunda kokulya kano. Okay, okola mulimu ki?
Ni babala.
Oli babala. Tonaba kugulawo.
Nakuddewo.
Bangambe ebbala zo mu byalo muzikeera ssaawa 2 nga muguddewo. Customers babeera batuuse.
Ate banaatuuka batya ng'olwedde bakola emirimu gy'ewaabwe.
Ebbala ogulawo ssaawa mmeka?
7.
Mirimu ki abavubuka ba muno mu Kasubi gye basinga okwettanira?
Emirimu gya kuno giba gya kulunda, okulima, n'okwokya obunyama ne chapati byonna.
Gavumenti erina programs nnyingi zeetaddewo nga Emooga, nga PDM, Parish Development Model, Youth Livelihood program. Ezo programs abatuuseeko wano?
Naye bisinga mbiwulira buli sinaabimanya nazo omuntu.
Olina omuvubuka yenna?
Nekimanyi nti abalala babimanyi.
Kati lwaki tonaba kwettanira programs za gavumenti ezo?
Nabitegeera obulungi nange nja kweyungako njoyininge.
Okay. Gavumenti yataddewo miliyoni 10 buli parish mu Uganda. Kati mugenda kukola kyokulaba nga abavubuka nti mugganyiddwa mu ssente ezo?
Mu ssente ezo tulina okwekuŋŋaanya tukyogera ku mirimu gyaffe.
Capital?
Just tongera ngongezi capital oleme kulya looni. Ogana olya looni ya mitwalo 5 gozijjako alakadde nawe nofunako kitono nolekate ng'osigadde bakola bw'okola nga tofunamu. Kyetwagala kife kuteekamu support mulimu gwaffe ogwa bulooka era gwenyera kwensula era kweneebako buli kimu ekyange kukiva.
Kati ogenda kukola okyokulaba ng'oganyiddwa mu government programs ng'Emooga oba Parish Development Model?
Ekyamazima ekyo nga nange bw'okimbuuziza naye era kankikuddemu bwe nti nno gavumenti nga bwe yaleese parish model eyo njagezaako nnyo okulabika nti tukola ki tugyettanira tulabike nti tusobola okuyambibwa mu mbeera bwetyo kubanga bwe tugenda okulabaalabamu nti wano bwe tunaba twekuttemu ekitole kubanga si za kinnoomu wabula za guruupu nja kusobola okuba nga nkwasaganya ne bannange n'abalala benkwatagana nabo tube nga tukwasaganya tukole parish model eyo.
Ndakakola kunoonya okwazaabana.
Bakakola palamenti yagambye kati tebakyayagala abantu okukakozesa.
Jasa nnonyoza
okukatunda nga bizinesi ogenda kukola otya?
Omulimu gwange gw'enkola ogwaddala ndi mutemi w'embizi.
Oli mutemi w'embizi? Okutemberawa?
Awagulawo ku kyazi naye akola leero mpumuddemu.
Kati akakola ojja kukavaako dde kutema ennyama.
Era bwe kiri.
Yesebo. Buzibu ki bw'osinga okusanga ng'omuvubuka?
Sina buzibu bwonna kuba emirimu gyonna gitambula bulungi. Mbizi zifuna mungi nezitema just kano kabeerewo okugamba nk'eddakiika nga 3 ofuna ez'amata z'abaana.
Gavumenti esobola otya okuyamba okwekulaakulanya?
Just kutukwatirako naffe netulaba nga bwe tusobola okufuna akasente n'entandika okukola bizinesi esingawo.
Bano babadde bavubuka okuva wano mu Kasubi esangibwa e Kyankwanzi era nga babadde batubuulira those problems that they do face. Ebyo ebizibu byonna bye balina nga bw'olabye abavubuka abasinga actually tebakimanyi nti ne gavumenti erina programs ezisobola okubayamba nga Parish Development Model oba Emooga. Ebyo byonna obadde olaba nga mbanyonyola naye nga tebabitegeera. Ekyo kikulagira ddala nti abakulembeze abamu mu districts ezo oba mu byalo eyo tebakoze kimala okulaba nga abavubuka babanyonyola bulungi programs zino eza gavumenti era n'engeri gye basobola okuzifunamu okusobola okwekulaakulanya. N'olwekyo nkubiriza abavubuka bannange okuva mu districts zonna bwebanga gw'olina information esobola okuyamba abavubuka banno n'obabuulira engeri gye basobola okufunamu ssente zino eza gavumenti ate era n'okulaba nga bateeka ku nninga abakulembeze baabwe okukola omulimu ogwo gwe bateekeddwa okukola n'okubakulembera n'okulaba nga ezo government programs zonna zebeetaddewo zituukira ddala ku muntu owa wansi. Obadde okimanyi nti gavumenti eteeka miliyoni 100 ku parish yo gw'okusobola okufuna ssente ezo zikozesa okwekulaakulanya?
Badde sikimanyi nakyo ekyo.
Well, ndowooza you can see what I'm telling you. I've interacted with all these young people, but honestly speaking, none of these young people knows about these government programs in this town, Kasubi. It's somehow a big town, and it really challenges me. And I ask myself, how are we going to transform the lives of these young people, if at all, you the leaders, and I'm speaking directly to you the leaders from the LC, if you're not speaking to these young people about these programs of government and helping them to understand how they can be able to benefit from these programs. And I think people from the ministries, people from the agencies, you have been able to see this yourself. You're sending money to the parishes, but the young people have not been sensitized enough, neither are they aware of these government programs. If you're talking about transforming the lives of the young people, I'm afraid we are not involving the stakeholders who are the young people, and I don't know how we're going to do it. Anita, nokora mulimu ki?
Nkora business nekora mu katale.
Nokora mu katale. Programs za government nk'Emooga na Parish Development Model ozimanya? So oba tolina nnanga muntu tosobola kufuna ssente za PDM oba Emooga?
Mba sina nanga muntu. Anti mba sina wentandikira zifuna kubanga ati bambi nanga muntu ensonga.
Buzibu ki obula?
Ate nga nandibadde nzaagala. Ebirala baatugambye ssente bwe bw'oba ozifunye ogira ofuna ekiyumba bw'oba ogula olunda. Kati nga ffe abalina bizinesi ffe twasoose kuzisanyukirwa nga tumanyi tujja kwongera mu kapito. Kati ate twagenza okuwulira mbu ate ogenda n'ogira n'onya ekiyumba n'olunda.
Tuwulira mpulire ne kuziraba ku TV. Bagabye masini, bagabye piki, bagabye bino. Sangibanga naffe tulinga abatali mu
program ya Parish Development Model n'Emooga waziwuliddeko?
Naziwuliddeko.
Mwali musomeseddwako engeri gye musobola okufuna mu programs ezo? Yes, you're still watching Youth of Purpose, a show that is here to give you a platform as a young person to be able to put a brick in making sure that Uganda becomes better and better. We are still here in Kyankwanzi, where there is orientation for leaders, local government leaders from Central Region, basically about the Manifesto implementation and how they can ensure that actually services are delivered efficiently to the population. And my focus definitely is on the young people. And I have someone from the Ministry of Gender. Thank you for the presentation that you've had today.
Thank you very much. I'm called Winfred Masiko.
Yes.
I'm the National Program Coordinator for the joint program of Youth Livelihood and Women Entrepreneurship Program, which is seated in the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development.
Yes. Tell us about the Youth Livelihood program. How is it different from other government programs that are focusing on the youth?
The Youth Livelihood program is one of the flagship programs of the Ministry of Gender, Labour and Social Development, targeting the youth from 18 years to 30, and it is purpose to uplift the status of the youth, to be able to have some money that they can use for any enterprise that they might be interested in having. So it is it has been in place for
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years,
Yeah.
and it has been operational. There are several youth that have benefited from it. So it is still being implemented. At the beginning, the parish development model, most of the money was put in the parish development model.
Yes.
But then cabinet decided that money that has been recovered should be revolved. So the youth livelihood program still uses the money recovered from the youth groups to be able to finance other new enterprises.
What is the impact that the youth livelihood program has had on the lives of the young people?
It has provided the money that they need to start some enterprises, and it has also been able to help the youth to get their capacity built in enterprises. The only challenge we have is the road recovery, certainly. The recovery has not been to the level that was expected, but we are working round the clock, like engaging leaders that we have already had here and in other districts to make sure that those who took money return, because that money is supposed to be revolved within their districts.
What are some of the reasons for the low recovery rate?
The low recovery rate of the youth livelihood originated from the time when the operational funds were removed from the ministry. So there was no money to monitor, to benchmark, there was no money to offer technical support, supervision. So when the money was removed from the ministry, it created a very big vacuum, and the youths were not followed, and in the process the contact was lost and many groups disintegrated because the monitoring level was really very low.
Definitely, we are still live here in Kyankwanzi at the National Leadership Institute, NALI, where there is the orientation of leaders from Central Uganda and focusing on basic analysis of the Manifesto implementation unit. We're already into the middle of the Manifesto 2021-2026, and the Manifesto implementation unit is bringing up leaders from the central region to be able to, orient them on how they can ensure efficient delivery of the Manifesto and the services to the common person down on the ground. And with me here, like we say that when it comes to serving Ugandans, it doesn't matter the color of your party or where you're coming from, as long as we're doing the good for the Ugandans. And the best example that I'm having is right here. Isaac Mwonge, welcome to Youth of Purpose.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
It's a pleasure to be hosted by you.
Yes.
And I am delighted to be here as well. I think it's of good purpose and of good cause for a common goal that I'm here.
So much unexpected of a member from a different political party to be in Kyankwanzi, which sometimes people look at to be manipulative. That's what they say.
Yeah, sure.
That maybe it's the ruling party trying to lure you into supporting it. What brings you to Kyankwanzi, most especially when you are discussing the implementation and the analysis of the NRM manifesto?
Well, like you said, you seem to be amazed of my being here when it is the agenda is implementing the manifesto of the NRM. Purposely, I think it is pervasiveness that people have failed to understand or differentiate between politics and service delivery, or they are still failing to understand when to play politics and when to serve the people. There is time for politics, and that time is well stipulated, that there shall be election of such a time. And once people have been elected into office, it is perceived that it is now time to deliver. So, as a member of the National Unity Platform, I acknowledge that there was an election, and the NRM emerged the winners of the elections, and then henceforth they have been serving for now 2 years. So we as the NUP tried to maybe overturn the results, but it has since failed. So which means we acknowledge that NRM is into the leadership. And now, regardless whether it is NRM or NUP, it is now the people, the common man, that it is incumbent onto the government that is in power to serve and deliver. So as a member of the NUP, I come to put the government to account. You have to acknowledge that the only way you have to challenge any process or any program, you definitely have to challenge it in action, in what they have promised. Not duping the people into abusing the likes of the president, or discrediting the achievements of the government, or anything, or underscoring. But what you must do is look on what they are promised. That you've promised to do this road, and until this time you've not done it. What is failing? So if you think that has failed for the next 5 years, come into the next election, convince the people that these people are failing on ABCD, and I will do ABCD to be better. And by then, that's a fact that you will be elected into office. And I think, like I said, it is manipulative. Fellow youth, I really advise you, do not be manipulated by what other people think that you should, be on the forefront and end up in jail, or try to be convinced to do acts that will amount to crime. You rather work for your families. You rather, engage yourself in productive work. We have programs of government that have come up. We have the PDM, we have the Emooga. A lot of money has been invested into those programs. You rather attach yourselves onto those programs, benefit for yourself, for your own family, such that there is a change in household income, other than trying to be on the streets and try to say all sorts of abuses that will lead you into trouble. So basically, I implore you to acknowledge, if you feel like you have a lot of energy to challenge the government, you can do it in a better way.
Exactly, right there. Despite of one's party affiliation,
yeah, sure.
How can we as young people be able to check the government in power, that if you're in opposition, but also hold all our leaders from all levels accountable?
The best way to hold the government accountable is by, one, understanding the manifesto, understanding the promises. Because you cannot challenge any system without knowing the intention, what you don't know. Yeah. So you cannot put the government into account for what you don't know.
For example, you can say you understand every parish is supposed to receive 100 million every financial year.
Exactly.
So you can be able to hold them accountable on the 100 million.
Definitely. And there are also other issues. There are issues to do with electricity distribution. There are issues now for the young people. YLP, the government has promised to provide money for the YLP, it's an evolving fund. Challenge them that you promise to provide this money in such and such a financial year, but this money has not come to us. Where is the problem? So you're bringing the government to account, and you're challenging it in a very positive way. Other than getting onto the streets, burning tires and doing all sorts of atrocities.
And you go back home and nothing is done.
And nothing is done. There is no way, you cannot coerce them into doing what you want them to do, but rather sit with them, challenge them in a very, very, good way. And I think they will have to deliver.
Thank you so much, Isaac, for
You're
speaking
welcome,
to us. Isaac is the Deputy Speaker for Wakiso District and coming from the National Unity Platform. This is what we want as young people. Focus on what benefits us as the country, looking at the politics of interest. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, please. It's a pleasure.
Youth of Purpose.